go into questions, just raise your hand and I will call on you. Coach?
Been a lot of good ball played by the Orange in that stadium for a while. Tonight, that was certainly not it. Give Georgia a ton of credit. They're a really good football team and you know, have been for a while. You know, just end of the day, early in the football game, third downs were a huge part of it. They were able to convert. We weren't able to convert on any of our third down situations. You know, after the initial run by us, we had a little bit of efficiency, but couldn't sustain drives. When I say efficiency in the run game, but weren't able to sustain anything. They were able to make plays, stay on the field, convert third downs, and score points. I like that we were able to get something out of the 2-minute drive at the end of the half, but you know, defense starts fast in the third quarter. Offense isn't able to put anything together. Just disappointing. Offensively, third downs, you know, 2 of 11, you're not going to win. If you look at their conversion rate, that's how you win. So disappointing. We got to regroup. We're banged up. You guys saw that before the game, during the game. This game doesn't care about it. We got to come ready to play next Saturday.
Questions? Eric, we'll start with you.
Josh, you mentioned the third down struggles. Defensively, what was Georgia doing to cause issues on those third downs that they were running and passing?
You're talking about from them offensively?
Yes.
A lot of it was in the pass game. At the end of the day, I said it going into it, there's going to be one-on-one situations. They made plays in those one-on-one situations. And that can be protection, that can be giving the quarterback time, it can be making plays out on the perimeter. End of the day, we didn't do those things. You know what I mean? And, those plays, those conversions give you the ability to get to the next play. And you know, they were able to do that, we weren't.
Any questions? Rob?
Coach, you just, I guess, address how, using this game as a measuring stick, or where you were 2 years ago, and still maybe how far you have to go, and it's hard to walk on, you know, on defense. I mean, what does it say about the steps?
Yeah, we still got to continue to take steps. You know, that's, you know, in what we're doing as a program. It's our personnel, the depth of our program, all those things to continue to, you know, climb the ranks inside of this league. That's a really good football team. You know what I mean? What they've done over the last couple of years is special, and we got ways to go.
David?
Josh, can you just talk about, in the 4 losses y'all have had, when other teams go on runs, it's just been difficult for y'all to, is there a common thread or a common theme?
I don't think there is just one common thread. I thought in this one, our guys continued to compete. Like, I'm going to just speak from the offensive side of it. Being able to sustain and make the competitive play in this one, you know what I mean? I felt like this is different than early in the year when we were at Florida. End of the day, as a program, you got to find a way to be good enough on a Saturday afternoon, and that's everybody, from me to assistants to everybody that suits up and goes out there and plays ball.
Paige, then Adam?
Was y'all's inability to find rhythm on offense more of a you guys thing, or what Georgia was showing you?
A little bit different structure than not every down. Anticipated some of it. Their personnel and us managing and being efficient in what we're doing. And then the third downs, you know, a lot of that was man-to-man. And being able to protect it, be able to get it off, being able to go win in a one-on-one situation. We're doing some things to try to give them, you know, some space, to create some space for them to win. And end of the day, you got to be good enough to go make plays.
Josh, everybody's trying to figure out how to close the gap with that program. You mentioned depth. Do you do that through stacking recruiting classes? Do you do it through the portal? How do you manage to close the gap personnel-wise?
Well, I think it's a combination of all of those things. You know, as we started, obviously, year one, we were way down on number of scholarships. You know, we've gotten closer to 85. you're trying to develop some young guys from within. I think that's important. You know, they've done that. They've added, you know, through the portal too, but a lot of it's been, you know, kids inside of the program. So we got to continue to develop and recruit.
Does it make it more difficult, the fact that year two, you were so close to closing that gap? Does that make the challenge any different?
I don't think it makes the challenge any different. You know, we've played good football. We haven't played it for 4 quarters every Saturday afternoon. And in our losses, that has shown up. Not taking anything away from them. They're a really good football team. You know, today was not our best football. And this, I said it earlier, this game doesn't care. There's no asterisks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, next man's got to be up and got to go play at a championship level.
West and Ben.
Coach, you said a couple times that this game doesn't care, that the guys are banged up, but when you don't have both starting tackles available to start the game, you're down 2 starting receivers, how much more difficult does that make finding rhythm in the pass game with kind of all those sliding pieces there?
Well, it's different than if you have those guys, but at the end of the day, like, you got to line up and the 11 got to go play against their 11, and we got to find a way to go win in the run game, in the pass game, like all of it. And you know, we didn't do a good enough job today as an offensive unit, and I'm including coaches in that too.
How concerning is that offensive line situation? Now, a couple more guys go down today. I don't know what it is. But
Yeah, we'll know more. Yeah, we're thin. If you got any eligibility, let me know.
Josh, 2 back-to-back tough losses, obviously, and imagine the season hasn't gone the way that you all wanted it to.
Yeah, not how anybody wanted it to, or what they worked for it to as well. You know?
How confident are you that they'll regroup and still be ready to kind of attack the week coming up to finish the season on a high note?
You don't like the scoreboard, you know what I mean? But our guys continued to play out there. They continued to compete. Wasn't good enough, you know what I'm saying? But they continued to play hard. So this is a resilient group. They're a prideful group.
Mike and David.
Yeah, Josh, with Nico, was there any thought of him going into the 4th quarter? Is the fact that he's at 3 games heading into the final game an indication that redshirt is the plan for him?
Well, at this point, just because there's only one regular season, you know, I mean, there's a lot of variables that are taking place outside on that field today and what type of situation you want to put him in.
Josh, obviously Georgia's going for a 3rd straight national championship. How does, you face them now 3 times, how is this team every bit as strong as the past 2? Are they how's this team maybe different from others?
This team's continued to get better throughout the course of the season. I don't know how many first-round draft picks they'll have. They're so big, long, athletic, physical, play with great fundamentals, technique. It's a good football team. To do what they've done, you have to be a good team.
Patrick.
Josh, you obviously had explosive high-scoring offenses throughout your coaching tenure.
Yeah.
This has not been one for this season. I think you guys.
It's been a long time since we've looked at the scoreboards the way we have this year.
I think you guys are going to be around 20 points a game in SEC games. How frustrating has that been for you, being that it's so out of character for what happened on the field?
But really disappointing that we haven't found a way to, you know, put more points on the board and help this football team win.
Paige.
Whatever inefficiencies you all saw on defense against Missouri seem to have been addressed in that first half against Georgia. How would you assess the level of effort from the defense from the first half to the second half?
Yeah, throughout the course of the game, I thought they were physical. They played hard. Did a better job for a majority of the night of tackling. You know, that was something that hurt us. Still let the quarterback out early in the football game to make some plays with his feet on 3rd down that you know, sustained some drives for them.
Joe, last question.
Josh, obviously a lot of programs in this league are chasing them and Alabama. When it comes to recruiting, how much is just the years of the success, championships, guys winning the pros that they both have, how hard is that to contend with? How big of a part of the pie is that?
Some of it, for sure, but you know, I actually, you know, some of the success that we've had on the field, but also like what our guys have done as far as going on to the NFL and in the development inside of our program has been big, and recruits recognize that too. So that needs to be something that helps us as we continue to go recruit at a high level.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a good night.